What are you looking for, David? You think you're going to be able to fix something now? We're already live.
I am just like looking at the control board here and see what buttons I can press and screw around with.
Well, you can touch anything you want to. But let me just tell you, the mics, if we sound horrible today, it's my fault. I brought the portable mics. You see, we're holding them. See, you can take it away from your mouth and all of a sudden it's awful.
We could use these mics for our guests only, and then we could do the upgrade for ourselves and our guy or gal in the field episodes.
Well, you can't make this shit up. Is brought to you by the... Wow, it's the PODFEST we're at today. So we're going to actually give them sponsorship without giving them sponsorship.
Oh, heck no. They didn't pay. Well,
yeah, they took care of us.
They did. So we should have a special shout out for PODFEST Expo 2023. We want to thank the good folks, Annette, Victoria, and especially Chris.
Mark also.
And Mark, yes.
He didn't look like he was mad.
Not at all. He was very friendly, to be honest.
He did say, he said, okay,
right.
So he sits us down and he says...
Wait. We're here at the Renaissance Hotel.
Oh, the Renaissance Hotel.
At SeaWorld.
Yes.
We have to give them credit.
And we're not going to show you the beautiful surrounding we have because look at this beautiful bookcase.
Do you guys like our backdrop? I mean, this is real.
Yes. He's got a real book called Jazz Life right behind him. So
I want one. I want a bookcase. I want a backdrop just like this for our home studios, our away studios. I just like it.
Well, I like it a lot, but nobody can see the ampersand. So a little disappointed.
I could grab it.
We can grab it later before we go off.
Sure.
Because I love it. Jay and Washington, definitely I love the ampersand because it puts it in perspective. So, wow, it was a quick opening. I didn't think I was going to be talking this soon. Oh, my goodness. So, yes, this is a Friday.
Amen.
And I am just dying to have some liquid refreshment right now. I wish we had like a little wine or something. I mean, it is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but...
We should have done that, Maybe we'll come back, a little bit later today with our drinks, kind of like a wrap-up or a send-off into the weekend. But I think we got a nice little setup here, and as things kind of tail off and I guess tamper down, maybe find another location in the hotel to cast from, and we'll see. But right now we're in the atrium. Is a lot of activity, and if you see me making faces, I'm making faces at people who make faces at us as they walk by.
Well, David, I'm going to leave you at any moment if somebody decides that I can take a look at one of these hotel rooms, especially if they're good looking. I'm sorry, I didn't say that online.
You said it. It's there for prosperity.
Oh, my
it's right
goodness.
there. It's a beautiful hotel, though. And
beautiful hotel, beautiful women.
We did not stay because it's here in Orlando. However, if they do come back to Orlando next year, we got to stay close, at least close enough to take an Uber because the parking here is expensive. So, but however, the accommodations here, as far as PODFEST is concerned, very nice.
Oh, I am so excited about being here. This is when you told me that there was a PODFEST coming up, and I was like, we're going to volunteer.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the first thing Jay in Washington is ever going to do is we're going to volunteer to go to PODFEST.
Yes.
We have our little bitty tiny podcast that we're trying to get off the ground, and we're going to go to the big guys. We're going to be around all the big guys. And I mean, when you talk about, there are big names here.
Yes.
So, I mean, if I start going to my phone and stuff and start talking about people, it's going to be because this is an incredible place.
Oh, yes.
If you have a chance, be ready. Their 10th anniversary is next year. It will be their 10th anniversary. They're going to go... Oh, I shouldn't share that. What should I?
No, go for it.
They're going to be planning because they're going to be doing international for the first time. So, they've got some big plans for 2024, and hopefully we're a part of those plans. And you too can be part of those plans. Hey, if you have some time, they could use the help, volunteer help,
is what we did, just to see it, if this is something we want to do in the future, and get some of that backstage access and get to know the creators and innovators, and it was worth it. It was worth it.
Look at David. He's got his posture all good and everything. I'm just like, okay, I'm tired.
Oh, that was Wednesday night, wasn't it?
Whoa.
Oh, Wednesday night, exhausting. We were the whole day here, helped setting up, and that was very cool. And Thursday, we were here for the whole day. We helped set up on Thursday morning into the midday, and then we had another event at Roboland. Hello. Shout out to Roboland.
Absolutely.
The Indian American Chamber of Commerce event.
Yes. If you're ever in the area and you want a chamber that will actually be very network. I mean, it's a huge network.
Yes.
You don't go to this event. You don't go to this event and not feel that everybody wants to help everybody else. Now, see, this is a young lady walking past us right here. She's a young lady, and she makes comic books. She's like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here. I don't care.
She
My
does
podcast.
not want to be on
She's like,
camera.
it's like my podcast is, she makes comic books.
Mm-hmm.
She sells them for $15.
Yeah, right.
And she makes them from the podcast. So,
Right.
sorry about that. Well, there's a lot going on. So I'm going to open my app while you talk to everybody.
Okay.
And tell them what you did at what your first thing was with the creators. And then I'm going to brag about being in a special location,
Right.
and meeting some very special people.
Exactly. So my first day, I volunteered to greet and just do a little crowd control and help out some of the creators. They put together a TED Talk like exhibit of sorts, and it's called Pechu Kachu, which is Japanese for chit chat. Please excuse my Japanese. I'm not too sure if I pronounced that correctly. However, it was very cool. Presenters had about 5 minutes each to talk about, their experience in podcasting, what they offer to their audiences, and who they are as podcasters. And there were approximately 30 individuals, and I saw talent across the spectrum of demographics, and from topics to single motherhood, to anthropology, to how to start your podcast, the introduction, shout out to Corey, the introduction of AI into podcasting, Chat GPT, which we've started using, believe it or not, on creating topics for our podcast and some other things. The AI is definitely going to change how people communicate, when they communicate, and the creativity that we'll see in podcasting.
Well, David, my girlfriend is totally
right.
AI. I mean,
Sophia.
I mean, I think Sophia is the smart. She's got 70 facial expressions. She has citizenship in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has her own credit card. She's been on Jimmy Kimmel.
That helps.
Man, I hope she knows how to spend on that credit card. I mean, she got pretty... Man, and the best part is she has addressed the United Nations.
Yes, she has. Yes.
So AI is here to stay. So
yes,
AI needs to be part of everything we do.
Where can we find her? Where can we see her?
Well, we're going to talk about that later, because we have to talk about Titan and everything.
All right.
So we've been to Did we do our Roboland? Roboland just opened up at 6464 International Drive. If you are wanting an experience for your kids, if you want an experience for yourself, I mean, it's not just for children. This thing was incredible, and I saw Titan last night in a whole different way. Titan is a Britain's Got Talent runner-up.
Yes, runner-up.
I think a dog beater. I don't know. I'm just joking.
I was about to say
some of the funny things. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm excited. I'm excited about Roboland. I'm excited of how our relationship has grown with them. I'm excited how our relationships here have grown. I got the opportunity to actually cover the pro track. Now, there's several tracks here that you can take when you come to the PodFest, and I hope that you will take advantage of it. Follow it, find it, just be involved, because this is something that even if you're not into podcasting, you're going to see the future. You're going to see people that actually work together. You're going to see, I didn't even think that books would have anything to do with it. And I saw like three book vendors in there, and I'm like, why books? So we'll get to that in just a moment. But
that was awesome.
The pro track, there are people here that have been in podcasting since the beginning. And one of the gentlemen in the pro track had 21 channels before. Wow. So I said to him, I said, so you were podcasting when podcasting wasn't cool? And he laughed, and he just moved on. But they're incredible. These people are spending millions and millions of dollars to help promote other people. And when you say pro track, they are the pros. We got 3 people that were so jealous that the pro track was meeting, they couldn't go down there. They actually upgraded.
Yeah, hey.
So I was like,
it matters.
You can upgrade. And it's like, we can't? Yeah, go for it. And you know me, I will try to upgrade anybody. So if you want to give money, give money, give money, give money, give money. Give money to David, give money to Joel, give money to Jay in Washington, give money to PodFest, give money to everybody, because you don't have any. No, give your money where you think it's going to best suit you. And we got to talk about the incredible time we've had talking about our community, because all these people come into our community, and promoting Orlando, promoting our Puerto Rican community, and the interest we've had from so many vendors that have said, that is incredible. That's an incredible opportunity. Let me talk to you because of, and see, I haven't said it, David can tell you, we're getting ready for July, and you're going to be part of our first, but not its first, political salsa.
Yes, looking forward to it. Political salsa is a celebration of the Latino community here in Central Florida, and this iteration of Political Salsa 2023 will be a celebration of everything that Latin America has to offer here in Central Florida. We'll have vendors. We're still finalizing our plans. It will be on International Drive as far as we know today. However, it's taking Political Salsa to an annual event. The presidential years, the midterm years will be the political portion of Political Salsa, along with the Latino cultural portion. So we're just excited about the opportunity to display Central Florida Hispanic community's finest. And if you're interested in sponsoring, if you're interested in being a vendor, a presenter, a speaker, a performer, entertainer, we want to make this big. And our executive director is Christian Suarez, who ran the Political Salsas in the past. We joined forces, and we're going to make this incredible.
We didn't join forces. We took it from him.
Yeah,
I'm just you gotta look. Joel's always sarcastic. Joel loves to have a little fun. So, where are we? We are in a place, Renaissance, at SeaWorld. It's a beautiful building. But let me tell you about some of the PodFest sponsors. Well, we have Cinemaker, the pro video platform made for podcasters and a new generation of creators. We have Simplecast. Simplecast provides podcasters with industry-leading publishing, distribution, analysis, and sharing. And it probably goes on, but that's I'm just giving you the briefings. Podbean, which I thought was very interesting. They didn't even put their story on here.
No, they did not.
So
they are at their booth today.
Yes, they are. So if you want to, you can see them at their booth. Podpage. Okay, they want you to go to their website to find out more about them. Thought leader. I don't know if I've been to that one. Is that Mopod?
Modpod?
Mopod.
Mopod, yes.
Grow your podcast audience and listeners. Well, we better stop there because, we have 0 listening right now and we're in the middle of PODFEST. But everybody's watching us do this. You get a thumbs up every once in a while. It's like, hey, they're just going to make sure that they don't miss their podcast. And it's like, hey, we're here. We got to do it. So,
and there's a young lady who would like to be interviewed. She just walked past. And
she's running away.
No, she's coming back.
She's going to come over?
Hello,
yeah?
How are you?
Where's she at?
Is she just right there with the Louis Vuitton bag? She's walking.
Yeah, she's not coming back.
No, she is coming back. That's her second time walking past us. She's like, and she just put up a finger to remind me that she wanted to be interviewed.
Okay, bring the chair over.
Well, not yet. When we're done doing
I'm just saying, you can bring the chair over so we can see what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we got an extrovert over here. He's actually an extrovert and an ambivert. I don't know how you do that.
It depends on my mood. And how much rest I have.
So David took all his stickers off. So I
didn't want to get.
I want everybody to know I'm an introvert. So
I didn't want to get stopped and ask questions. So I took all.
We got an extrovert over here. He's having a good conversation. And look at he's got this wonderful outfit. Come here. I know we just have a little bit of video though, because we just want everybody to see. Look at this is incredible.
It matches my podcast studio.
This is what an extrovert looks like. So.
How do I squeeze in?
There you go. You can take my seat if you need to. Hey, right, we can all talk. So, what's your podcast?
I host the Jungle Gyms podcast. We're the world's largest international market, so I'm talking about the intersection of food, international culture. I get musical guests, comedians, you name it. I'm pretty much doing late night TV in the middle of a grocery store in Ohio.
Oh, really?
Not a joke.
So check that out.
My studio looks just like my jacket. It's wild.
So I'm going to tell you right now.
Sure.
You are on the podcast. You can't make this shit up. So I want you to tell us a story when you came to this point and you went, I can't believe that what's going on, and you said, I can't make this shit up. It's all yours.
Okay, well, all right, here's a great story then. So I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Cincinnati Bengals are doing great things in the NFL right now, probably going to win, right? But that has not been the case most of the time I've lived in Cincinnati. They were not a beloved team. So last year, Cincinnati's known for its peculiar style of chili. And last year, to support the Bengals, I made a joke online. I was like, finally, I get to bathe in Cincinnati chili. And the joke went kind of locally viral. And so within a few hours, I'm working with like the 2 major chili exports in town. They're like, hey, we're going to get you in a bathtub and you're going to do a whole podcast from 25 gallons of Gold Star chili. Shout out Gold Star chili. That was like one. And so the best part is I had to call my boss. I'd only worked for this company for like 4 months. And I'm like, he goes by the name Jungle. He is Jungle Jim in the brand name. So I was like, hey, Jungle, I know you're on vacation, man, but I made this joke online and now I got to bathe in chili in the store. Are you cool with it? And what felt like the most, I'm sure it was like 2 seconds long.
Well, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah, the longest pause of my life.
You ended up throwing yourself in a bowl of chili.
Oh, yeah. Pictures all over the internet, for better or worse.
Okay, now.
Yeah, but he was just like, yeah, just don't fuck up the carpets, babe. And I was like, I love this place.
Man, we got to keep in touch. I'm going to look at your podcast.
I'll leave you one of my cards here.
I mean, this is live on a day we're not supposed to be on, so that's why we have cooler. 0. So I'm so glad you're here. David, give him your card.
Thank you, David.
That's our CEO. And we're trying to meet people. This is an extrovert. Now, I'm trying to find an introvert later.
I got one more. I don't know if I know any introverts. I've been purposely.
Hey, who's that beautiful woman with you?
Her name is Marissa. Yeah, I know, right? Who is she? But I'd like to know that. I'm like an. Ooh, I knew she'd have a good answer. Here, I'll give you guys one of these too. So it not only matches the jacket. But here's one of my little bumper stickers and a link to the show. So.
Well, we are so happy that you came to.
Yeah, thanks for stopping me,
You
gentlemen.
can't make this shit up. It's just the jacket.
Come on and hop in there. Hey,
yeah, we gotta see. When I said beautiful, I meant it, right?
Microphones. Hello, I'm the beautiful secret woman.
I love it.
It's lovely to see you and meet
Don't
you.
let the other beautiful secret women I know. No, that is.
Great meeting you. Great meeting you, and thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the show. We'll see you around.
Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you can't make that shit up. We had our first person come by. Now, is your girl coming back?
I saw her walk over there.
They look like they're very serious people.
Whenever she walks back,
what's his say? What's his say? I can't see what. What's your sticker say? Oh, he's a speaker. He's a speaker. We're doing our podcast. It's called yeah, we're live. Mm-hmm. So we're called You Can't Make This Shit Up. So we want to hear stories about people and that a moment where you went, oh man, you can't make this shit up. The car drove into the middle of the, did you see that woman that was walking across the mall that one time and she's looking at her phone and all of a sudden she finds herself in the bathing in the middle and you say, you can't make this shit up.
Jesus.
Yeah, come on, join us. Tell us about time.
You were at Pecha Kuchu. Yes, yesterday.
Oh, we're live? Oh, we're on
we
YouTube?
Are live. Come on in.
Yes. Oh, hey.
We actually got somebody watching now. That's unusual.
Oh, okay. Well, they'll come back on the feedback when you post it.
Okay. We're not usually on Fridays, so none of our audience is even going to be here. But we're learning so much. But we want to hear again.
Where are you guys from?
We're from Orlando.
Oh, okay. So
this is home.
Pretty long flight, huh?
Yeah, we decided that we were going to do some volunteer work.
Okay.
So we could get into PODFEST a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
Like you speaking, so I'm sure you didn't have to.
Some perks to that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
David's the CEO of our company, so if I make any mistakes, he could fire me.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
No worries.
So, you can't make this shit up. Now think about that. When was the last time you saw that? Like, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened.
I met the President of the United States in September.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can't make that shit up.
Can't. It was an event honoring Elton John. He's retiring from music, and what was really interesting about that visit was after walking through many, many layers of security, like a lot of layers of security.
Oh, I've been there.
There were still so many Secret Service officers around him. I didn't even know he was going to be there. He walked out with his wife. But then when the event was over, he walked right back where we were sitting, and we were kind of, our backs were towards that back side of the White House, and he walked right by, Secret Service all up on. I'm like, we've all been checked and screened and background checked, but obviously it just kind of it reinforced how serious they take that situation, right? So that was pretty interesting, just being that close to him. I got a chance to take a picture with him.
Yep.
Shake his hand, and yeah, that's a moment I'll never forget for as long as I live.
Was he coherent at the time? Okay, so hold on.
I think he was coherent.
Hold on, you're laughing because you're like, what the hell? He just caught me off guard.
I get the joke.
This is the Democrat. You just happen to have the Republican.
Hey, I don't do too much politics, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. We joined forces because we said there's so much we get along. We get along all the time. That joke right there, you laugh. You get it. It's not like I like the president. I just don't understand him. But it's proof that, you guys are proof that you guys can run this business, right? You can have two different ideals, two different policies, but still be friends and still find common ground. I mean, maybe that's what the country
the country needs it. That's why we have our nonprofit called Bringing America Together Again. I mean, we're doing so much in Washington because we're just so tired of this vitriol.
Yeah.
It's like, if I met the President of the United States, even if my politics are totally different.
Yeah.
I still give him the respect and everything he deserves. I mean, come on. You're not going to... That little kid saying Brandon and stuff on that's just all wrong.
Yeah.
And parents are not teaching their kids the right way.
Yeah.
So, I really appreciate you coming on because you're like, man, I do this for a living.
I'm about to leave and go get some food and come out just checking everything out to see what was going on before I leave. So I'm glad I done a couple of these today. Be cool if he can maybe get a picture of us or something.
Yeah.
On set, that'd be kind of cool.
Hey, are you going to get a picture of us on set? You're going to just talk all night?
A little video or something.
Oh, David's going to get fired.
What's the name of your guys' podcast?
You Can't Make This Shit Up.
You Can't Make This Shit Up? Okay. Oh, can you? Oh.
He wants it on his camera.
Yeah,
you don't
need
it
on yours
yours
too, but maybe just a little a photo or something.
Yeah, especially with his backdrop. This is the best backdrop we've had yet. Oh, come on, David. Oh, he does that up and down thing. Like,
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
He's an Android guy.
Android, okay.
Yeah, he's the Android guy. So
and you
be
mind
careful.
Doing like a couple pictures, and then I'll give it back to you for like a little.
Be careful,
video, and I'll tag you guys or whatever.
You be careful because this guy right here, it doesn't know how to use an iPhone. Right, David? You know, I just said you can't use a freaking
if you could just like
iPhone. He doesn't like Apple. I don't know.
Just start recording like a, just Snapchat. I don't know if you know Snapchat, but just.
My girlfriend
does. Okay. Just like,
He's not the social guy.
Yeah, just hold on the button and it's going to record and then stop it at a certain point. But we just,
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, he doesn't do the social media.
I'm Justin Little live with You Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. I'm so happy to be here at PodFest 2023 at the, where we at? The Marriott?
No, we're at the Renaissance,
SeaWorld,
yes.
in Orlando, Florida. And these guys have been so gracious and kind to let me come on the platform. So super excited to be here with you guys today.
Well, we're just glad to be able to learn from people like you who've had the experience, and hopefully we can go be a star like you.
No. You guys are the stars, man.
Thank
you guys
you.
got the equipment. I didn't even think to bring and do some live podcasts in here. I didn't.
Well, if you need the equipment, we'll be here all day. I told David, hey, I grabbed the wrong mics, but these are working pretty good.
That's all. Hey, these are great. These are great, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much.
I have the Rodecaster at home too. So.
Oh yeah, they have a new model, and I'm already jealous.
That's the model I have.
Yeah, this is the one I like.
Yeah, that's the Pro Podcast Pro.
Yep,
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Love it.
Hey, give me what's your IG? You guys on Instagram?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
If you go to our website, it has all our social, and we're broadcasting live on Facebook right now, YouTube, and on Twitter. So we're streaming.
What's the website, brother?
j-washington.com. It might take a minute. It's a lot of work I put on that. You got it. That's my guy.
Okay.
Is my guy.
Right.
Thank you so much, Justin. Appreciate it. Hey, I was told that you were going to be next, so come on over here. You can place it right on top of my bag right there. So I'm going to have to say, I'm turning the show over to David. So I'm going to keep you busy while she's getting ready. So she's like, I don't know, I'm going to be on video, so I have to be 10 times prettier than I already am. No. I got to move all the way over, not just scoot. Hold on. No. You're going to take this. I'm going to give her this mic. I'm going to plug in the other mic because we have 3. Right. So you guys talk, and I'll look like the... Let me get back on. I'll look like this little weirdo in the middle, so... Another guest that wants to jump on with us. Okay. Somebody volunteered to be on this with you?
Yes, she did. All right. I'm kind of in the picture here. I'm a little bit, ahead of you. Maybe get back a little.
All the way in the corner.
Okay. You look good. We can still see you. And so we had Dasheen.
Yes.
Nice meeting you again.
Thank you. And it's nice meeting you as well.
I'm David Washington. This is Joel Hawksley.
Dasheen.
You're going to need those to hear yourself. You don't have to? No, you can hear yourself. No, it's fine. You don't want to hear yourself.
You're good. I don't want to mess with the hair. Hair is nice.
Oh, my God.
We're good. If you can hear us fine, we're live. If you can hear us fine.
No, we're going to edit.
Want to start it over?
We're live.
Yeah, we're live. We're live right now.
That's not fair.
What? We told you we're live, didn't we?
Yeah,
We're
you should have been talking to me and trying to give me headphones.
It's okay.
Messing up my...
You're fine. You're fine. I'm sure our public won't mind. They're probably just happy that we actually have live guests. This is like the first time, like on the spot, spontaneous live guests. So, Dasheen, please introduce yourself to our public and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Dasheen Leoline Evans, and I am the owner of Eyes of Power. Eyes of Power Trauma Coach, and my new blog, which is called Colorful Trauma. And so I'm working on my podcast. Actually, last night I did my first episode.
All right, congratulations!
So
excellent.
That's coming it's in the works.
Welcome to the podcasting world. Welcome to You Can't Make This Shit Up, our podcast. So what brought you here to PODFEST EXPO 2023?
It's been my experience that if you network with the winners, you need to be in that social circle. So I needed to be in this space so that I can grow, and I want to do it quickly.
Excellent. Okay, so off camera, we were talking about your story. And I was telling you that we're in politics, among many things, but mostly politics. And there was some, intersection there that you and I, what we do, kind of meet. But tell us about that.
Okay, so I'm originally from Harlem, and I currently live in the Bronx, New York. And so I sit on Community Board 12. I am very disturbed about the things that I've been seeing in the community.
Okay.
And that is one of the communities that I consider to be a trauma-embedded community. And so as a member of the community board, I reached out to the borough president because I was really alarmed during the pandemic.
Okay.
We had mothers that there was a shortage of formula, and so mothers had no formulas for their babies, and here you have the Bronx borough president that's holding discos in a cemetery. And, I was really alarmed by that.
Wow.
And so I, every Monday, they have on the news where you can ask the borough president. And so I had called, and it was specifically about the MWBE, which is an acronym for Minority Woman-Owned Business Program.
Correct.
And her response was that someone would reach out to me. That never happened.
Sure.
And so I called, I think it's like 2 months later, and I brought that up.
Okay.
So I got a phone call from someone, and they wanted me to sign a release form. And so I looked at the form, and I was alarmed because it had like tons of questions. But what really stuck out to me was basically any of my information that you share, it was really long-winded. And so I says, I responded back, and I was concerned because I didn't understand why, as a community member, and a member of the board, that I need to complete such a long-winded form just to have a conversation with you about the real needs that are needed in the community.
As if they were like kind of pre-selecting what they want to talk about or who they want to talk about.
I says, I responded back that I don't mind, but I also have a form for you. And so basically my form is that whatever I share with you, you can't then go and run and try to create a program and put it out and not give me credit for it. Because before she was the borough president, I had met with her at her office, and that was around the topic. That was before the Rodney King. George Floyd. And I spoke about the black trauma. We're doing that the city, and that never happened. And so the concern for me at this point, I wrote up the paperwork, so when I go back, I will be respectfully resigning. And the reason why I decided to do that is because, I love to help people. And there's a lot going on in the community. And so when I turn on the news and I see, for example, the mayor, this guy, on my LinkedIn, I have a picture of New York City upside down because this is what this guy has in New York City. It's a mess. You have the borough president, and so when we hear people of color, you want to vote for a black this, a black that, and what are they doing for you? And for me, I'm a realist, and we have to get to the heart of the matter. Because there's so much trauma going on. So if you are not making yourself available as a political figure to have conversations with the people in the community, then how are you going to put anything in place? Just 1 minute, sir. I'm far from prejudiced, but I get a newsletter from the mayor's office. You just appointed a Caucasian woman to housing. Okay. What does she know about the hood? When is she going to walk the beat? So it doesn't matter how many credentials she has. I also have credentials. I have 2 masters. I went to 2 very good schools, and I'm in tune with people in the community because I talk to them, so I know what the needs are.
Yeah, so my question was, When can David recruit you, and what position do you want to run for? Because he's the man who could get you elected.
Yeah, I would love that because, we need things done. And
right.
So, like my podcast, it's the name of the podcast is Colorful Trauma.
Okay.
And
Colorful Trauma.
So I'm going to be doing episodes around the collective identities, the things that are the triggers to the trauma, and teaching our elected officials, those that are in the helping profession, about deep listening. Because if you're not exercising deep listening, then you don't really get to pinpoint that hidden trauma.
Right.
And so then you would see a person of color that they're stigmatized as the angry black person, they're the difficult client, they're the difficult patient. It's that they don't have that platform, so I'm giving them that platform because perhaps if you hear it from them, then you can get it. As I said, I walk around the community, and all of my information that I put out is based on real case studies.
Right.
For example, the human resources, it's a disaster. They have a program, the city FEPs, that are for people in housing. When I went through the entire process because I needed to firsthand. I wanted to see what it was. I saw mothers there sitting on the floor with their baby. It's overcrowded. They had one woman who I also got her information so she can be a guest on my show. She went through a lot of channels to get out of the shelter. She didn't get the support that she needed with case management. She was successful in finding her own apartment. She got into the program, and now they have a glitch in the system. When it's time for her to renew, she now has an eviction notice on her way back to the shelter.
Wow.
That makes absolutely no sense when I'm seeing the mayor that you're cutting ribbons on new shelters. And so the thing is, why don't you just make every city-owned building into a shelter? Because that's the direction that we're going in.
Shane, you said that you have a newsletter on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Where can our viewers find that information?
Okay, so it's Desheen, which is D''SHEENE, Leoline, LEOLINE Evans. And the name of the newsletter is Black Leaders Without Limits.
Excellent, excellent. And the platform that your podcast is on?
It's Colorful Trauma.
Colorful Trauma, yes. YouTube or Google Podcast?
Right now it's a Buzzsprout.
Okay, okay.
So as I said, last night was my first episode. So I'm going to be here 8 days. I may extend that a little longer.
Okay.
So my goal is to do at least 20 episodes before I leave.
Excellent.
And, it's just, I know I had a conversation with Buzzsprout, so they're going to be promoting that podcast as well because there is a need for it. And these are conversations that we have to have. However, there's two sides to the coin because I am a realist. And when we speak to, for example, Black Lives Matter, we have to be accountable for our behavior as well.
Indeed. You're right.
I have a new training coming out that stems from my story. My mom, who suffered a stroke, this is right at the start of the pandemic. She was in a hospital for like 4 days. They wanted to discharge her to a nursing home. I don't speak that language. My mom came to stay with me. She turned 90 years old, and 2 days later she went to sleep in my arm.
Oh, wow.
I was very disturbed that my own people in my family, that not even 2 hours that they moved her body out of my bed, they went into her home, they ransacked it, they ripped up all of my pictures, left them all over my bed. I had a niece to knock on my door, that her effing grandmother left her money. It was just a nightmare. What I did do, and this is teaching people that you don't have to allow people to draw you out. And that's reactive responses. And so for me, what I did was I reached out to some folks in Italy where I did my internship for my second master's.
Okay.
I had a pair of sneakers finished because my mom and I, those are her colors because she couldn't walk anymore after the stroke.
Sure.
And so we started that. And so I reached out to them and I had the sneakers finished and they went viral. They were on Harper's Bazaar magazine. And what I did was I reached out to a different funeral home because the funeral home, that also was a disaster for me. I had a private viewing. They had my mother on a white table with a sheet up to her neck as if she was next to be slaughtered.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to remember her in that light.
Exactly.
And so what I did was I reached out to a funeral home. I had a beautiful celebration of life on my birthday, and in the mix of that, I created a partnership. So now I offer funeral scholarships. So when people lose a loved one, you don't need to resort to those measures.
Okay.
However, in going back, it's taking accountability for your behavior. Also, this training taps into, as we say, the health professional. I looked at the EMT services. I looked at the EMT. They came in and they went to my room. They looked at my mom. They turned right back around, and their exact words was, "Oh, she's gone." And they kept going, not, "Ma'am, is there someone we can call for you? Are you going to be all right?" But that's a prime example of the emotional detachment, is because they see this every day. You can't make it up. However, with all these layers and layers and layers of trauma, what do I do with that? Because I have the tools, I'm going to be okay. But what I look at is, what does that look like for people that don't have those tools?
Right.
And so it's called hidden trauma, masking. And so tapping into the independent contracting work as IME, the independent medical examiner. When you go to these appointments, it's the defendants. They hire their doctors to interview the client, and their role is to poke holes in your story.
Of course.
To minimize your lawsuit.
Right.
And so let's take, for example, if you have a lawyer that lives in Beverly Hills or the Hamptons, and your client is coming from the hood, you're not going to understand the trauma that they're experiencing. And so your client, for you, becomes that difficult client. And it's not that they're difficult, it's that you're not using deep listening. So this is where the trauma communication coaching comes in.
Right.
That's also something I'm doing.
I'm so glad that you came on our show, and I want to make sure you have our information. We would like to talk to you again. You can't make this shit up. This is the kind of person that is doing something in the community to make things better.
Indeed.
And she's not just saying, "This guy's in my party. This guy's, this is what's going on." So we thank you very much for being here and taking a stand. So you guys switch information.
Yes.
David said,
and
one more question.
We can find you on LinkedIn, right?
Yes, you can.
Let everyone know how.
Okay, so it's Desheen Leoline Evans, and you can go to eyesofpower.com, and you can just click on one of the icons as well.
Excellent.
So it's www.eyesofpower.com or Eyes of Power Trauma Coach. The Trauma Coach is a site that's specific for lawyers.
And when we edit this, we'll make sure that we have that across the screen on there.
Yes.
And you can have the edited version, because I know you were a little upset with me. But I'm like, oh, come on. She wants to hear herself. Maybe I forget. I'm not that guy. I'm just...
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for thank you for the story. I mean, we really appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, it's like either politicians, you step up or you step down.
Excellent.
I heard that.
Okay, well, here's my card.
Thank you.
And David will give you his, just in case you want to talk to. He is a political consultant from God. I mean, like, I've never seen anybody work magic like this guy. So.
Okay, so maybe we can connect, and because
Sure.
I travel as well.
Okay.
This is the message that people need to get.
Absolutely.
Because when we run out and vote, you got to know what you're voting for.
Absolutely.
That's true.
From the bottom to the top.
If you're not serving a purpose, then there's no point in you being there. I have the city councilman that I tried to reach out to him on LinkedIn. Oh, he's not using that email no more. I Googled, called the office. Forward the email to me. It's been 3 months. I never heard from them. I tried to call back. The number's not in service. What kind of councilman is that?
It can't make this shit up.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You are wonderful.
Thank you.
Awesome.
David, you find the best clients. You guys find the best clients. So
thank you. Please
I am looking around. You don't need to. Come on over here. Come on over here. You don't have to video us. Okay, well, when you're done with the class, if we're still going, you need to come on over here. Thank you for coming to the expo. Thank you very much.
Oh, you know what? Did you take a picture with me with them at the mic? You want me to?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
have
yeah,
a picture.
absolutely.
And then we'll have you.
Yes, I'll do it. I'm my lawyer.
Put it on my
How
Facebook.
long you gonna be with them for a second?
No, she's just taking a picture right now.
We're gonna take a picture.
And then let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So.
Ooh, can I take one too? I have to
No, please, please, please. We would love it.
Okay, better.
I'm the crazy one in the middle. So, wow. It's a beautiful hotel. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Let me do this.
We're just going to get one picture. She wants a picture.
And then I'll come back around to you guys. You not good? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't let it time out, though.
I know, right?
So this is a beautiful
All right.
opportunity. See, there you are. You're live on
Hi, everybody.
Facebook and Twitter and on...
Nice to meet you guys.
Awesome. Thank you
Nice
very
to
much
meet
for
you.
being on. You can't make this shit up. Thank you very much. So I'm really excited. We have a
Another
really
guest.
good guest. We just met.
Hello, server chat
Server.
uncensored.
Oh, my
JSAP
goodness.
Productions.
What?
What's going on to the world? How y'all doing?
Well, we want to welcome you first because now you just came over here with no expectation. You're on. You can't make this shit up.
Damn right.
So we're asking stories that those amazing opportunities when you got to the end and you went, holy Toledo, Ohio, I cannot make this shit up.
More of the story is I am doing a TV talk show / radio show / podcast. I'm also writing a book called Server Rich. This show is about the restaurant industry, servers, bartenders, hostesses. So that you can't make that shit up. This is some real life stories. It's about over 40 million servers across worldwide, and it's about 100 million servers when it comes global. So you can only imagine what movement I'm about to do. And I'm letting everybody know the movement that I'm about to do is about to shake the world because nobody's doing this. They doing movies. They doing these little skits. They're not getting down to the bottom of it.
Right.
They're not getting down to the root of what a server and a bartender go through. They're not getting down to those relationships that go on in the restaurant industry. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about everything that goes into it. People are not doing it at all. And that's the reason why I have to. I got to let people know about it. I have to. And they're waiting on me too.
So one of my questions, because my son has been in the service industry a long time, but one of the things always got me is if I enjoyed a place like, and I'm going to say it, Hooters, and I enjoyed their food, I feel so uncomfortable there. Is that something you're going to tackle in like
and I'm
with
glad
Twin
you,
Peaks?
would you record that when I'm about to sell him? When you record me and him on that, so repeat that again because I want to.
Okay, so my son, my son's been in
Hang on
there.
a second.
Okay.
It's recording.
So
Yes.
my son's been in the service industry a long time.
Okay.
But one of the things that's always concerned me is I might like the food at a place,
Okay.
like Hooters,
Okay.
and I'm so uncomfortable in the place, but I really want to get that beer and that. It just
The wings.
bothers me. It bothers me in
Okay.
the worst way. Are you going to cover
How old
that?
is your son?
Well, my son is now 35.
So you you feel uncomfortable about ordering food because of what the place is called Hooters, correct?
No, I'm uncomfortable because I feel like I'm exploiting women who are wearing outfits.
I know what you mean.
They're being put in an outfit that they may be uncomfortable with. Maybe it's just me.
You're getting paid.
Let me explain something to you when it comes to the restaurant industry. Women that are in the Hooters, women that work at a lot of these clubs, they're not uncomfortable. What they're uncomfortable is the people that make them feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because they're there to make money. They're not there. They're there to sell an experience to you. They're not there to make you thinking that they don't want to wear this. They choose to wear this because you don't have to work anywhere you do not want to work at.
Okay.
So let me just let that be known first. And that's the reason how I know that I dated a Hooters girl.
Okay.
So I know how it is. I probably dated every person you probably think of that's been in that kind of industry. A bartender, a server, because I was a server.
Right.
I also dated a manager that also was a restaurant manager.
Gotcha.
These are the things that people don't talk about. And that is the reason why I'm doing this show. You got to think about people that don't know how to tip. No offense.
Oh.
But you got some 15 and 18 and 20 percenters, which much respect to the 20% people.
Thank you.
But, hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen,
But then you have some people that just, what's your name?
My name is Joel.
Joel, honestly, that's my dad's name.
Oh, good.
Honestly, it's just, they're not educated as much. They don't know that we live off $2.13 an hour.
Correct.
We live off the experience. And no disrespect to the people that do tip, because there's servers out there that are order takers. Got a lot of people that just out there to get the product, give it to you. You can give it to me. Give it to you.
You're
and,
good. Yeah,
oh, okay.
This is good.
Give it to you, and then that's all they want. You know, but you got to sell the experience so people can come back. You got to sell the experience so people can say, you know what, leave for an extra $25.
But you gotta enjoy what you're doing.
Exactly.
And
of course,
I'm always a minimum. You have a 20% tip with me.
Mm-hmm.
Minute I walk in there, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to round things up,
mm-hmm.
and I like a good, smile. I want you to talk to me,
right?
But don't over. I'm an introvert, so please don't make me feel uncomfortable.
And
do not come by when I'm eating and ask that extra question, right? I know you're. It's okay,
right?
But understand who the client is. Like if I'm very quiet,
right?
You should be able to,
right?
Say, hey.
Well, that's and that's what I'm gonna go in with call reading the table. See, this is where we going about reading the table. You got to read your guest. You can't just automatically just walk into a place and just start talking to a 5 businessman. Everybody doesn't want to hear you talk. Mm-hmm. Now, you can sell the experience, but once again, that's called reading the table. And if you don't read the table, that's how the tips kind of go lower. It's almost like a couple. When you know you have a couple and it's the anniversary, don't do too much talking.
Exactly.
Make sure the woman is good. Do not, ladies, stop making sure the man is good. He's not going to decide your tip. The woman is. Trust me, if they're together, you don't want to piss her off. And that's one thing about I need to tell all my men, definitely my men, make sure the man is good.
Always
talk to the guy, because that man, if you start flirting, any kind of flirt with his woman, he's going to get mad. That's why you can take care of the lady, of course, but you got to make sure the man is good, because he's the one that's paying that bill,
that's
ladies.
Right.
He's
yes.
the one that's paying that stuff. And a lot of our women and men that are servers don't know that. And that is the reason why I'm doing this show, because it is going to be a great tutorial when I do it worldwide.
Excellent.
Well, we're going to promote your show on our show.
I appreciate
for sure. And I would love to, get the opportunity that we share information later too.
Absolutely.
Keep in touch, David. Let's make
Server
sure
chat.
Server chat uncensored.
Server chat.
2023,
Excellent.
man. Much respect
Server
to y'all.
Looking forward to listening.
That.
Server chat. You can't make this shit up.
Excellent.
Cannot make this shit up. I mean, everybody eats out.
That's true.
Everybody. So I just think it's just time.
Well, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Man, much respect to y'all. Seriously.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Man, much respect.
Enjoy the rest of this wonderful expo.
Yeah, one more day and that's it.
Well, you're doing great.
Where can we find you?
Yeah.
Where can you find you on
Buzzsprout Server Chat Uncensored? You can download it. And then on February 11th, we got a big TV talk show where we're going to have 10 cast members that are in the industry, and we're going to interview them solely, and we're going to put them all together and put them at a round top table.
Awesome. Right. Well, God bless you. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Much respect to y'all.
Appreciate it.
Now that I got my legs all cramped and I'm tired and this has been incredible.
Yes, it has.
I can't tell you that. Oh, wow. There must be a whole bunch of people working right now, because it just got real quiet. Now, what's this guy got on his thing? What?
There it goes.
You're just an expo person, or you have your own podcast?
I'm a producer of multiple podcasts.
Okay, you're a producer. You got to sit right there.
Okay.
You got to sit right there.
Okay. Here we go.
Now, if you want a headset, I can get you a headset. We have one right here.
Do that.
We have one right here.
I feel like Fox Sports right now.
Yeah, and you'll be.
Mr. Terry Bradshaw here. He's gonna be.
He's Terry.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Wait. I haven't even told you what the name of the show is. Yeah, I'm.
Oh yeah, maybe I need to hear that first.
Yeah, maybe you want to run away.
Do I need a waiver? Or?
No. So, let me make sure you're plugged in.
Thank you.
Okay, David. We just have a new person that just joined us on. You can't make this shit up.
Oh man, there it is.
You literally can't make this shit up, because you're gonna have to talk to you. You're gonna have to tell us about everyone. You're gonna have to talk about every one of the podcasts you had where the announcer, the host does. Oh my God! You can't make this shit up. He really went off the chain. He said something he shouldn't have said, like. All people of some dumb.
Right. Introduce yourself.
And you go, woo. What happened? So introduce yourself.
The content expressed on this program is not necessarily.
That's the first disclaimer we've had.
Right, there it is. All right, so I have a broadcasting background, so
okay,
so I'm comfortable with doing that. But yeah, my name is Ahmad Rashad.
Okay,
been in broadcasting for many years, and I transitioned from commercial radio into producing podcasts for individuals who want to do what I used to do for a living. So that's the reason.
So you want them to get paid?
Yes.
See, that's a different, right?
Let me tell you something. Like, I am such an advocate for podcasters to get paid that I was having a conversation with, can't mention this person's name.
Sure. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we can't go there because I'm developing a really good relationship with this person, and they're with a very reputable company in the podcast industry. And we had a very good conversation about how podcasters that are in the top 1% are making money.
Right.
But I told him there's also a 1% of podcasters who have wonderful content, who get engagement, that are not getting those amounts of downloads.
Right.
And I said, you have to also compensate those podcasters as well, because they are also keeping the industry alive.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, now
you can't
David,
make this stuff up.
David, you
right?
can't make this shit up. That sounds like the current administration. That sounds like the current administration. Well, I'm just joking.
No.
You want to take my money out of my pocket?
He's going to take a shot at it.
Go ahead. Almost all administrations. Let's keep it honest, right? Like, I mean, they're all in our pockets one way or the other.
That's
you know, they just kind of blindside us from one direction to the other.
So just that comment is like, I am on the right and this is the left, and we work together every day. So the reason we have this show is because we sat down one day and we found out that Republicans and Democrats do the same stupid shit all the time.
It just doesn't matter. I mean, it's just, either you're going to manipulate the tax code to keep money, or you're going to manipulate the welfare code to keep money.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can do better. I can do better than that.
Keep it going.
Let's look at the leadership in the Senate. And the minority leadership in the Senate.
Okay, wait.
Now, one moment.
It's Friday afternoon.
1 moment.
Do we have to go there? For goodness sake, can I get a drink?
2 seconds.
Go for it.
So, one moment they're trying to tell you why the Supreme Court justice shouldn't be getting on there, and the next time they're trying to tell you why it needs to be rushed. And they did it both backwards. Like, they both said the same thing at some time, right?
Absolutely.
And it's like, wait a minute. Hypocrites.
Right. I mean, let's talk about the documents that are being found like all over the place.
Yes.
It's like first it's like it's Trump.
Wait.
Now it's like the Democrats.
Who doesn't bring work home?
It's like everyone is guilty now.
Who doesn't bring work home?
So today I was reading the top 7 things in the Washington Post, and it says they have now sent a memo to ask all former presidents.
Yes. you know they've already talked to Obama.
Somewhere President Clinton is like very nervous right now.
Obama, they already talked to Obama, I'm sure.
I think Obama's going to get a pass. He's going to get a pass. But Clinton?
Wow.
Who doesn't bring work home?
I mean, exactly.
We're going to go after the Secretary of State, too, because she probably has some real good documents.
Exactly. I think like their whole...
As long as it doesn't say top secret on top of it.
It's like the rules have changed too. It's like what? It's like, to me, it's like it's simple. If it says top secret, don't bring it home. But it's like for some reason from their perspective, it's like some of the rules have changed where like if it says top secret, it might not be anymore or something like that.
Let me share something with you, because that's a great point that you make. The thing is, these are people that their lives have been taken away from them, and they write something down, like a note on something, but it just happens to be something important.
Right.
Wait, so whose life was taken away?
The president.
Wait, these are the biggest egos in the world. They sign up for
there's no
He's
privacy.
talking about like their public life.
Like if I write a note, if I write a journal. Listen,
as a political consultant, I gave up that.
Okay, I gave you
right. I know I'm in the public sphere.
No, but you're writing something down. You're journaling something.
Right.
You're doing something for yourself, but you wrote about something that's
right.
secret.
And you have this habit of journaling as a public person and then only 4 years out of your life, the first 4 years, you know, you have to like stop these habits. Let's give it. I'm gonna let you comment here, but this is why I gave like when President Trump first got into office. Remember how everyone's like, oh, he's not prepared or whatever. Right. It's like, man, he had a crash course.
Yes, he did.
Of how to become a president, or just the decorum of the White House. And he's never been in it. So, of course, he was stressed out, and it was tough for him. You know? So it's like him having an issue with, you know, these documents is like, I understand it from a human being's perspective.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
I see that point. I used to work in state government, not here in Florida, but in Illinois for about 21 years. And so... Yes. Did I take home some confidential information?
I like how he first said, not in the state of Florida.
Okay.
You can't make
my disclosure.
And so I understand the work had to be done.
Yeah. David.
So I get it. And being a public official, I understood that there were ramifications for my actions.
Right.
However, that's the life I chose.
David, now I have the utmost respect for you.
You should.
But I spent 15 years in the United States Army, and there was not a moment that I took something home that I wasn't supposed to, other than in my head. And when I was sleeping with my wife, I wasn't having that conversation either, because that's just me. Like, I know in work and I know separation, but you can't. If you're in life, everything is mixed up. You have to know what's what.
Right. I think work-life balance is a great way.
Yes, but who really does have work-life balance?
Well, not if you're in the White House, because you look, your office is downstairs.
Every day.
You don't have any privacy.
Right. You don't. I mean, everywhere you go, you're in your office. Right. You're right.
Yeah, even in the plane. So I just thank people that can understand that, because it's like, I don't have any problem with any of these people.
Right.
They made a mistake.
Yeah.
But it's a mistake that was boxing it up, moving you out in a rapid amount of time.
Yeah, when it's next to your convertible, you know, in your garage.
Wait.
To me, I'm like, well,
you know, and your son your son's like a crackhead, or you know, I'm sorry.
It's like, let me look at your Ring doorbell.
Now we get to have a little bit of fun.
Ahmad, as a producer, don't get away from politics.
All right, get off of that.
It's Friday afternoon,
but it's friendly though. It's like whenever, like real quick, whenever I'm around like a Republican, I say I'm a conservative Democrat, and then when I'm around a Democrat, I say I'm a liberal Republican. So.
Wait, look, I
straddle the fence.
You know, my party doesn't accept me half the time because I have a lot of stuff I can say. Because I am a Republican 100% because of the history, not because of what's going on today.
See, and historically, Republicans. That's why we're going to see this change happening in the future, I believe.
It's happening. I agree with you.
Yeah.
As a producer of podcasts, of commercial broadcasting.
Would you put two people like us together?
Absolutely. Let me tell you, when I first walked over here, I was like, what are they doing right now? Like, what are these two guys doing with microphones? It's like, what in the world? And then you called me over, and I was like, Lord, do I really want to do this?
I
think it worked out great.
I was just going to ask you what you were doing here. You know?
What advice would you give to, podcasters? I'm sure you've been asked that question.
Yeah, I get that all the time. And I specifically work for beginner podcasters. I target them. And
I am now handing my card to him.
There you go, right? So I like working with the startup podcasters because, number one, you have a blank canvas, and you haven't been steered wrong.
Yes.
So the thing is this: the number one is, before you hit record, like, really know what you're going to talk about.
Correct.
Know who your audience is.
Shit.
You know.
I didn't do that this morning.
No, because we knew we were going to be here, and so we just winged it. You know,
it was working. We knew what we were going to talk about.
We didn't have our show.
Yeah, you knew what you were going to talk about. Like, know your audience, right? So the thing is, it's a lot of podcasters just want to start talking,
right,
and start producing and publishing and whatnot, but the work that it takes prior to the show is what's being missed. And when I listen to a podcast, I can listen, I can tell, you know. And then you wonder why the PodFests stats is so high, which is like 70% up to 80% of podcasters fail. They won't even, like 60% won't make it to 10 episodes. You know?
Right.
So you have 8 million podcasts. but that doesn't mean they're all active. It's like only like 400,000.
Well,
exactly.
David, how many times have I said this show is better than my morning show? And I like your evening show. I like your evening show,
right?
Because you took a topic of relationships, and me, I'm just trying to figure out where my show is. And I think we discussed it again today. We morning poop because I was having fun, and I'm low. No, we don't want to do it with now the morning Constitution. And for some reason, I just want to start talking about history.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
just want to.
That's your
I
avenue.
now
That's
just
your
want
lane.
to talk about the things I know and share things like, Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
And you have Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass had no respect for Lincoln, even though he was an abolitionist, because he didn't have the whole concept. We are going to save, we're going to stop slavery, send them back and have them, because they want to go home. They don't want to go home. They don't know where their home is. And Douglass tries to convince him of this, but it's 2 soldiers in the field.
Yeah.
When he said, "What are you fighting for?" That actually changed his entire mindset of where.
There it is.
And
wow.
I think the one person who captures this, and you don't really get it. So if you watch Lincoln, the Spielberg movie, and you really watch it, you'll see that moment. He put that moment in there.
No, I haven't seen that movie yet.
It's a beautiful movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe the Morning Constitution, your show, sets the foundation, the historical foundation of you can't make this shit up, which is the conservative and liberal approach to politics, socioeconomic issues here in Central Florida. Very lighthearted sometimes and very serious sometimes. And then with my show, the David Washington Show, how creative, it gets a deeper dig into campaigns.
Yeah, but your show,
political advising,
your show, David Washington's
like
show, the reason it's that way is because I joke about it all the time. Like, I'm OCD, but David, he's a level above. Like, if I throw this thing in the bag, it's going in the bag. if he puts it in the bag, it's going to have everything going to be wrapped up beautiful and sweet. So
there it is.
That's why it's the David Washington Show. It's clean, it's cut. Me, I'm all over the place. Sometimes I just start talking. Like you said, I just start talking. I
can bring it all together.
But you know what? There's
show.
A market for that kind of talk if there's some type of cohesiveness there.
I want somebody. I want somebody challenging me, and I think podcasting live is the hard part. Like, we're live right now,
right.
But our audience is low because they don't know we're here on Friday.
Right.
We don't have nobody on right now because they don't know we're here.
Right. And we didn't. Forecast that.
Right.
But what about your other shows? So, what does
when you do them on Thursday,
we do them on Thursday mornings, Thursday evenings.
We were working here yesterday, so we kind of kept putting it off,
Right. So this Friday is a new day for you,
right?
Or they're not aware.
They're not aware. We just sat down and said, you know what?
Let's just do
special broadcast.
We literally need to do this because this is the perfect place to talk to the experts. Because every one of you is an expert. Even if you're first timers, you're gonna find something out. Like today, I saw this cool thing. I think I threw it down here. But it's a sticker with just the QR code and enough to get you know. And then, David, you love the bourbon coaster, for the bourbon podcast. Then this gentleman has a bumper sticker, and he had a jacket that looked just like that. I mean, we've got to see so much today.
Is this your first?
Yeah,
PodFest?
This is my first time coming to PodFest. So my group of podcasters at myproducer.biz, by the way.
Thank you.
And
promote it again.
Myproducer.biz, like you're in the business.
Okay.
And so I have several podcasters that need help with marketing, and I'm not a marketer. I'm a radio guy.
Yeah, but you know who to talk to.
Yeah, exactly. So I came here and I'm taking some notes, and I just post them in my community, which I use Circle, by the way. So instead of using Facebook, because Facebook will own your content.
That's true.
So I have everyone in my own community, which I use Circle. Mighty Networks, and their competitor Circle.
Okay.
And I went with Circle. So I have my podcasters there, and the data is not owned by Facebook.
Yeah, I think
so now you don't have to worry about algorithms.
Yeah.
So everyone sees your content. So whenever I post, they all receive an email from me as well. So they don't even have to log into the community to get my content. It'll be sent off to them like a newsletter.
Now, you see, this is why we're talking to this man, because now I have this recorded and I can go back to it. There's like so much to learn. Well, I mean, I did an application. I was sitting in one of these things. I'm like, I did my application. I got my thing on Apple. Apple's #1, all this other stuff he was telling me. And he's like, you need to make sure you have 30 days. I said, well, I've had plenty more than 30 days because I have yet to put it up
need to look into that.
But we love this. We love having fun. I think we find conversation better than anything.
Are you here for the whole weekend?
Yeah, we don't leave until Monday. So my wife and I, she was here taking video pictures. Yeah.
Oh, and then she ran away.
Yeah, she ran away here. So, but yeah, we went to we stayed at one of these resorts over here.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
How was that experience?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because we don't feel like we're working. You know. So we come here. And she said, man, if we stayed here at this wonderful hotel, the Renaissance, she said it still would have felt like we were at a conference. But going to a resort, you know, it's just, you know, we have the spa, the pool, and all that. So on Sunday, you know, we're going to go and just kind of relax and hit the spa and all that, and then fly back to Dallas on Monday.
So you're originally from Dallas?
Yeah, well, I moved there. I'm a military brat. So when you said, I appreciate your service,
Thank
by the
you.
way.
I appreciate that.
I really know what that means.
Yes,
you know?
I do. I do know that you know that means because you've been to you've been to our schools.
DOD,
DOD schools. Look, my son will always tell you when he went into the public school system, the real public school system, he was in shock. The difference between the DOD schools and what they went to. And you can smile about it because this young man has gone through quite a experience.
Yes, I have. And the thing is like, I really want to say this because the patriotism that I have for the country is uniquely different than others that I know that don't have, you know, that understand or have family members that served, right?
Okay.
So, like, when I met my wife, you know, she had like an uncle or whatever that served, but no one like in her immediate family. So she comes and she meets me, and she's seen American flags, she's seen United States Navy stuff up. I'm teaching my son. She goes home to visit my parents. You see, you know, to see stuff. So she's now understanding like what my father and her grandfather, her uncle, you know, fought for, what they stand for. You know, it's like we have freedoms that we have. Even though it's still complicated with the African American community and other communities here in America, but it's still a freedom that's being fought for, you know. So.
But that's what I love. But that's what I love about what you're saying is, I truly believe that if people were to get into the history and they were to see the Black history, I mean, this is so in depth. So it was horrible. I'm not going to say it was ever beautiful.
Yeah.
But they made it beautiful because they made it better, and they took down those barriers. The barriers for diversity start in the service, oftentimes.
Yeah.
So you talk about the LGBT community and all these different things. Yes, it's a fight. Yes, it's brutal. But in the end of the day, we've been fighting with gay people our entire time, and we've known they've been gay.
Yeah.
And we fought with them. I was in a war zone with a woman. I mean, it's happened. We always try to be better. And that's what I think is my different perspective. Don't look back at the past as a negative, because we look at it as a mistake.
Yeah, there it
that we got better from.
Yeah, because we're not there anymore. And I really want to mention this. When you look at Juneteenth, you like the history of it, right?
Yes.
One thing that I was, you know, I had bittersweet emotions when they finally said Juneteenth would be a federal holiday.
Correct.
And I was watching the NBA, which is like, you know, the National Black Association.
Now it is.
So, but the Juneteenth logo is the Africa diaspora colors, which is like gray, red, black, and gold, and sometimes brown.
And every one of our logos has that in it when it comes time.
Right. Yeah. But when you do the history and you look at the original Juneteenth flag, it's red, white, and blue. So you had these Africans that were slaves that still wanted to honor America.
Yeah.
That is what makes it beautiful.
Yeah, and I don't know why they changed the flag. I mean, they haven't changed the flag. They've just simply changed the color scheme.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
you're exactly right. If you see the actual flags,
red, white, and blue, and they have a Lone Star in the middle.
Lone Star in the middle.
Texas, because Texas was the last state to free the slaves.
Exactly.
Correct.
We need to do a little history around Juneteenth.
Always.
Yeah, it will. And I would want people to start spreading that out, so we can not saying like, hey, I don't want the Africa diaspora. I love my culture. But I don't want it to be something that separates us. I want Juneteenth to show like we were really they were really wanting everyone to be unified.
We would not be the country.
America. Yeah.
We would not be the country we are today if we didn't make the mistakes we've made in the past.
Right.
And we have the longest living constitution because of that. And we have producers like you that are actually helping other people because you have that spirit. And I appreciate you coming on our show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for like pulling me over here. And
one quick question.
Yeah.
What do you think in general about the move towards Web3?
Oh, wow.
Is there a space for podcasters?
Yeah, very good. I just attended a few months ago, the week before Thanksgiving. It's a large tech conference called Afrotech, and it's
oh, really? Okay.
It's dedicated to the BIPOC global community, Black, Indigenous, people of color. And so everyone was there. Google, Spotify, Amazon, AT&T, like any major tech company was there. And they were looking to hire IT.
Really? Before the layoffs?
Yes. So they were specifically there saying, we're looking to hire back. They're getting ready for Web 3 and Web 5.
Oh, okay.
Web 3 and Web 5. Nice. So let me tell you, there is a space for anything you can imagine for the universe, for the multiverse, for the metaverse.
There you go, the metaverse.
For the metaverse.
Okay.
Yeah, anything you can imagine. Anything you can imagine. Imagine you're doing a live show and you're holding a microphone and it's sending a signal to your webcam where it looks like a microphone in your avatar, on this right here. And then someone is with, VR goggles on watching your program.
Well, I just got blown. Look, I just got blown away when I was
amazing.
I got blown away in there.
Amazing.
When we went to, I'm going to forget the one it was right next to, it's Mike, I think it was, right? The German company.
I can't remember.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, but
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
But they had the mic that you put 3 batteries in, and you can go anywhere you want and records. And then they had the one that's rechargeable. And, I mean, we had to talk to that gentleman for a good 30 minutes about everything it could do because it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And one of the things we want to do is, hey, it'd be nice not to have this and be able to walk all through here and talk to every one of you without having to, hey, it's out there. Yeah. It's like, let's get it. Yeah.
The best way you can understand like Web3 is, and I explain this to everyone to make it simple. You have ground zero, which is everything that you can see. So that's like Web 0, right? Everything that you see is physical. That's ground zero.
Exactly.
And then Web 1 was like blogs, right? Your regular static articles. And then Web 2 is social media. And then Web 3 is everything that's in the 3D space, right?
Correct.
So everything that's on ground zero will make it into Web 3.
Exactly.
Everything that you're doing. Books. So you're saying, what will books look like? They're going to look like this, but it's just going to be a 3D digital cartoon version of it.
Exactly.
And then Web 5 will make it look more realistic and stuff like that. They start putting flesh on the book, so it'll look more like a real book. So yeah, it's going to be, amazing.
That's the first time I actually heard someone talk about Web 5.
Yeah, Web 5 is going to be phenomenal. Like when I started reading on that stuff, they're going to start fleshing out this, get away from this cartoon look.
Yes.
And it's going to look more realistic.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Where can people find you in the metaverse?
Yeah, well, I'm not all the way there yet. But right now, if they want to reach out to me again at myproducer.biz, and if they want to find me on social media, then they can go to Instagram at my_producer_podcasts with an S at the end.
Okay, great.
That's a lot of underscores.
Right. And actually, I'll give out my number because I'm like really okay with that. So 940-441-3552.
Okay.
Text me first.
Text. I love that. I love that he said that because
text first.
At his young age, the very first thing I told to Addison, our intern, I said, most of your generation texts.
Yeah.
So I have to look at my phone like constantly because I don't have the sound on, and it's like if I miss your text, it's not my fault. Because I know I would call you.
right. I just don't want to have like 1,000 phone calls because I know you're going to be,
No,
text first, everyone.
Please,
text
please, and then
first.
we'll set up a time to schedule, and I'll work with anyone. Like I will work with people at no cost to get you started. So.
Wow.
Hey, David.
The first texts are going to come from us.
Yeah, then come on through and we'll do it. So, yeah.
Here's
we got it. We got it.
Joel's card. Yeah. This is my
These are the
card.
two people. They're so busy.
Hello, lady.
Oh, my goodness.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Oh, it's your turn.
Oh, no, it's our turn.
No.
We have to pass the mic.
Yeah, we got to pass the mic. Oh, David.
What are we doing?
We're doing we can't make this shit up.
Yeah, it's your turn. There you go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nice meeting you.
I'm going. I've already been
Get
interviewed.
your headset.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
David, you can start.
Yes, I will.
David, start.
Yeah, we'll talk.
This is so fun.
I'll send you a text message.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We've only had.
Did we break in here?
Yeah, no,
We were just wrapping up.
You
Yes.
were sure? Okay, awesome.
He's a producer.
Oh yeah, I have to do his podcast, so that's why they brought me on.
Oh, you do? I'm gonna need you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need a producer for my podcast.
Well,
I need the work. They know me. Yes.
Okay, there it is.
Okay, everything is
All right, let's
live.
do this.
Y'all are live.
We are live.
Awesome.
Thank you. Good meeting you.
We're lucky we have nobody watching right now. We usually a Thursday broadcast, so we haven't got anything on. So
Okay, the good.
edit everything. So
Awesome.
So, ladies, this is Annette. This is Victoria. Ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Yeah, so I'm Annette Naif, Naif Productions. I'm the event producer for this PODFEST EXPO 2023. Awesome event. If you're not here, you really must come and join us next year. We do corporate, social, nonprofit, and weddings, mostly corporate and social, or nonprofits, I should say. And I have a podcast actually called A Turn of Events. So if you are an event or wedding planner and you're struggling in your business or you're looking to start your own business, reach out to us. My Facebook group is Event Planner Society. Come join us. Teaching a lot of great stuff in there.
Excellent. Thank you. And Victoria?
Well, I'm dear friends with Annette for a very, very long time in this event industry. So I'm here part of her team, but I do have a company based in Delray Beach called the Victoria DeSilvio Group.
Okay.
And we also do corporate meetings and a lot of other great events and travel all over the world. So we love it.
Excellent. And I must say, ladies, I know that you all are pressed for time because it's been so busy. However, we've been here since Wednesday and helped setting up, and this has been a spectacular production. It is a lot.
It's a lot.
And hats off to both of you.
Well, we could not have done it without you guys. You guys
thank
have
you.
been
We
a
appreciate
huge
it.
help to us. It takes a village, so
It
we're
does.
very
It does.
excited that you were a part of it, and it's a huge help.
There's a lot of people. It appears that folks have been very pleased with just everything that's been happening, the presenters, the exhibits. This is excellent.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
a
that
great event.
it was our first one, and
Oh,
we're excited.
Ours too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it's the first time we worked with Chris on this, and his team's amazing, and
wow.
we're super excited. So I've heard a lot about it. His friend who referred us knew a lot about this, so very honored to have gotten the opportunity to do this, and hopefully we're going to grow on for years. We're looking to grow this next year really big. So
excellent,
very
great.
excited.
Going international next year,
we
correct?
are. I don't know if it's next year.
Okay.
But we are definitely working towards international for sure.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
we're going to make you uncomfortable because we're going to switch. I'm going to ask you.
You want to ask some questions?
Come on in.
I'm not uncomfortable.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do
The
it.
switch is going to be uncomfortable because David's not going to know which direction to go.
Okay, there's
There we
a
go.
lot of chords going on here.
Okay.
Very good.
I knew that. You were doing the pee-pee dance. Okay, so when we introduced ourselves, you know what the show's called.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't make this shit up. Now, I got two this woman walks this place so fast that I cramp up at night. So and this one is smart, like key, right on the moment.
Well,
like
she's also running behind me. So
yes, so she's like too much motion. But tell me, maybe not this event because we don't want you guys to get in trouble.
No. Yeah, that's smart. Okay, perfect.
So
thanks for reminding me. I only had 3 hours of sleep.
I need a what? When was that moment for you? When you walked in and you said, "You can't make this shit up."
Yeah, yeah. Well, oh gosh, let's see. On, you sometimes you never know. If there's a fire that has to be put out, and that person's supposed to put the fire out, and you're waiting for that person to put the fire out, and then you find out, it's one of the vendors, and you find out that vendor is off at a doctor's appointment.
The doctor's appointment. Oh my goodness.
In the middle of a fire.
Oh my goodness. That was a moment I love you bringing that up because that was a moment when we were just having a conversation and she realized what our show was all about.
I know.
Because it was that she said, "Well, he's at the doctor's appointment."
I can't make this shit up. I said, "You're what?" Wait.
Question mark.
Mark, I had like 50 question marks. I'm like, "You're what?" I mean, there's so many, in the event industry.
Right.
Between the two of us, we've been in for many, many, many years. There's so many things.
There definitely. One of my biggest things I think in my whole entire career is when I walked into a hotel and I was having challenges before I even got there, and I knew that it was going to be really hard and very challenging, and walked in and the general manager had left, the front office manager had left, and I basically just had no one to help me, and it was extremely overwhelming. We worked very, very hard on the event. Thank God, walking through the door the next day were the task force. And 3 people came walking in. It was like God dropped these angels. But, it was a struggle. But the thing is that you deal with it. You can't get stressed out. You can't let the, your clients know that you get stressed out. You just take care of it. That's what we do. We put fires out.
There's nothing that can't be solved.
Nothing
There's
can't
always
be solved.
Plan B, C, D. You just
come on. You guys taught Mark that, didn't you?
Well, the meeting planner actually is, I think, one of the top 5 stress levels
in the industry. It's in the Forbes.
Yes, so definitely, it's very stressful, but it's all how you handle everything, and you can see how Annette handles it, and we just get everything done.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. But if they wanted to get in touch with you, I want you to have business. Maybe these people want some.
Yeah.
How do they get in touch with you? And your podcast, if it comes back, would you get some time?
Yeah.
What's it going to be?
So I do have a live show, A Turn of Events. I'm on, if you go to my YouTube channel, which is Annette Naif, ANNETTNAIF, that name is everywhere on all social media, so you can find me there. Again, my Facebook group for event and wedding planners is Event Planner Society, so join us. There's no vendors in there.
When are you writing your book?
I know. I can't. I got to find some time. We've been super busy, which is great.
Okay.
But so that's where you find me.
Yep.
Well, we like that. How do we find you?
I'm in the witness protection plan, so
I knew that. I knew that was coming.
I can't share anything whatsoever. So.
Okay, witness protection. So we'll cheer you on that one. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time because I'm literally telling you, the fact that they sat down with us and the busyness they have,
I'm like, okay,
I'm amazed. And she's thinking right now,
I'm like,
how can I get out of this chair as quickly as possible? No, thank you very much. And we really want to come back. We really enjoy working with you. And like I said, anything you need, tap me on the shoulder if I'm here because I thank you for the opportunity to be here.
You're so awesome. We couldn't have done it without you guys. And if anybody wants to go to Expo, the PodFest Expo, podfestexpo.com. The tickets are on sale now for next year. Date and location to be determined, but it's a really, really great place.
And there's
people from all over the world coming to this, and the people who attend are wonderful people. It's really fun.
And there's great sponsor opportunities too, and for exhibitors too, which is really great.
Exactly. If you have an industry, I told everybody, I came here and I couldn't believe there were 4 book vendors in that room.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm in a podcast. Now, I wrote a book, but it got published without being edited. I walk in this place and I say, I wish I knew you. I wish I knew you.
Yes.
And I wish I knew you.
The collaboration that goes on here is really incredible. It is. You meet so many great people.
I really appreciate you guys taking the time, and I really thank you for everything you've done for us.
You guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
And we're going to keep in touch because you're going to have to be on the show again.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take you out of witness protection program. We love you.
Thank you so much. All right.
David. We're gonna rebroadcast it, but it'll be on Thursday at 11.
Take care.
You can grab any one. I guess there's at least one working.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've lost so many people now. What do we got out here? We are at we're only an hour and a half. Can you believe that?
Just an hour and a half? Wow.
Yeah. Well, we got somebody over here with a cowboy hat, but it can't be a cowboy because it's
I'm ready for my afternoon drink, to be honest with you.
Yeah, okay. So I thank everybody who's been here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that the ladies had a chance to sit down with us.
You know, it's unfortunate that Chris hasn't come by, but he's probably presenting the creator of PODFEST EXPO. But having Annette and Victoria here, that was awesome.
Well, a lot of the pros that I met the other day have kind of given us a little thumbs up, and
that's awesome.
I'm pretty happy. I see a pro over there, and I was hoping, but I have the names, and we've had a great time here. So, man, how did we get so lucky? Every single person here.
We're in the right place at the right time. You know, we walked past a little enclosure, little office there where someone was podcasting, and I guess that's all nice and good and everything, but I think we picked a really good location being here in the atrium, out in the open with people walking by,
doing what they do,
their thing, and just being curious about what we're doing and saying, hey, you know, they step up and say, I want to be interviewed. I want to get on here. We met some really interesting people, some really good people, and learn.
Yeah, and I forgot everything about them.
Yep.
Don't know anything about them. Well, I thank you. I hope you're watching. I hope you continue to watch, and I hope you understand that this is getting better and better every time we meet.
Oh, no doubt. You know, it's been 2 weeks since the David Washington Show last broadcast. However, I'll be bouncing right back at it next week. We'll be bringing more content. There's a lot of projects we're working on, but Thursdays we're dedicating to creating our content for the 3-4 different podcasts that we have. We're creating a Twitter space for political salsa. It's just a whole lot going on, and we hope that you subscribe, that you like it, share with your friends, family, associates, that you listen, that you watch, and let people know about not just You Can't Make This Shit Up, but everything else that we do. The Morning Constitution, the David Washington Show, Political Salsa, Twitter space. So if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. You're gonna enjoy that. And there's so much more. But Joel, this has been a good 3 days, fast and frantic. Got a lot of work to catch up on. Thank goodness for Chat GPT. Helps a lot,
right?
But you know, this has been really good, very good.
Hey, do you notice who's coming over here?
I see her. Let her walk.
She always has her smile on.
Let her walk.
Hey, let's get her attention. Oh, she sees us now. Yeah, she gives us the smile. I got the smile. I want to thank the Expo. I want to thank you, David. Sure. I want to thank Isabel for giving us a heads up that it was here.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Volunteering, I think, was better than actually.
I would do it again.
Just actually, I mean, I want to be a pro, and I believe you've brought us to that place where we can become pros. And
thank you.
I really enjoy the show. I really enjoy the Expo, so I want to thank the Expo, and I want to thank you, the person that might actually be on there watching us.
Oh, definitely.
Because we're going to get better and better, and our guests, just the guests here alone, were phenomenal. But when we start getting our guests that are friends, that's going to be an incredible show too.
Indeed. Those invitations are going to go out very soon. As a matter of fact, the guest host, our friend Jimmy Affont, our friend who has a long history with the Orange County and the Florida State Democrats, has said he's ready to join us on Thursdays to do our podcast with us.
Do I have to get a Republican?
Hey, maybe I'll just sit aside and have you and him can have that conversation.
Oh, like the day you brought a ringer in to try to debate me. No, love my job. Love the people out there. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We want to continue podcasting, so we need you to tune in. Thank you very much. And I'm going to bring it to the side while you say goodbye.
All right. Uh-oh. You got it? All right. I'm saying goodbye. Everyone, take care. We are out. See you next time.